In today's video, I'm going to explain to you how my YouTube channel got hacked and how I resolved it quickly. I'll explain what happened, how it happened, how I resolved it within a 24-hour window, and the precautions that I learned the hard way to take going forward. Hello everybody and welcome to Classic Car ChitChat. You're probably watching this YouTube video right now because your YouTube account has been hacked. I will explain to you in this video how to quickly resolve this problem. I will tell you exactly what happened to me, the steps that were taken. I'll explain to you how it happened to me and how best resolve it and the precautions you can take to ensure that this does not happen to you again. So, let me start at the beginning. My name is Kevin. I have a channel on YouTube called Classic Car ChitChat. It is an automotive related channel. I've been posting videos religiously for the past 2-3 years now, and I receive quite frequently emails from vendors, if you will, that want to partner with me. This is a common thing. The email I typically will receive that on is my Classic Car ChitChat Gmail account that is aligned to my actual channel. This happens a lot. Often it just falls into junk. I don't really fuss with those things. However, that aside, I also have a separate email address that I use in the body of my description, which means that if somebody truly wanted to partner with me, they would have to take that extra step to reach out to me and connect and actually engage with me. This is my preferred method of doing it. I've done a number of different partnerships with people and it seems to work well. This is where this scam gets very, very clever. And I'll show you the emails that I got. So the very first contact email I received was from a company and it says, we're reaching out to you on behalf of Harman Kardon. Certainly a high-end product that I remember as a kid growing up would say, this is like something I'd really like to partner with down the road. So it started with that, excuse me, it started with that initial email. After that, this is going back in January. A number of emails went back and forth, and then from that point onwards, there was a request that came in to say that, hey, take a look at our different products, and if you're interested in partnering with us, let us know which product you'd like to focus on. So I responded back. I found something that I thought was reasonable. It was an audio headset, and I thought, this is kind of cool. Maybe I can work with that. After that, they said that they would send me a request for a partnership affiliation. I said, okay, and this is something that I receive quite often. This happened on February the 4th. Again, time has gone by now. That email came from somebody called partnerships@harmankardon.com. However, even in that email, and I didn't look closely enough, it was not written Harman Kardon, it was Harman Kardon's. So I should have clued on at that point. I did not. Anyhow, I followed the steps. I clicked on the link to sign up for the actual the affiliation, and it's at that moment I realized something is not quite right. Okay, and again, the link I'll show you, it comes from something called trackerpartner.com, which is actually a legit thing. However, it's not spelled correctly here either. So it didn't really clue on me that this is actually all fake. This is a bit of a scam. Anyhow, I go in and it asks you for basic information. What is your channel name? Create a password. And my mistake again, rather than create a unique password to connect through this tracker thing, instead I use the same password that I use for my Gmail account that is associated with my YouTube channel, which is predominantly what many of us tend to do, just because how many bloody emails can you remember? Oh, sorry, how many passwords can you remember? So I did it like that. Within a few seconds, I started realizing that I was getting alerts about password change. And I thought, and this is when I clued on that, oh my God, I've done something really, really wrong here. Anyhow, bottom line was I made a mistake. I fell for the scam. The worst part is that nothing happened initially, but later that evening, they actually did a live broadcast on my YouTube channel. It was for Bitcoin. So this is what it was. It was a live broadcast Luckily, my kids were involved and they were scanning this as well. And this was a live stream that was going on. Apparently, my channel wasn't the only one where this was being live streamed on, or live streamed on rather, but there was a number of different channels that this was actually happening on. They were all automotive related. So somehow this similar scam had affected myself and many other YouTube friends of mine out there that would have been affected by this. So bottom line was multiple channels are now broadcasting this live stream thing. It was that one particular event that happened. In the meantime, problem is, how do you stop this? How do you get a hold of somebody at YouTube? How do you get a hold of somebody at Google? This is where we ran into some serious problems. And I was panicking at this point. I really didn't know what to do. And so that being said, here's what I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. If you run into this problem, the easiest and the fastest way to get support as quickly as possible, they do promise within a 24-hour window, is to actually go onto Twitter and send a text, and I'll put a link as to where it is. It's at Team YouTube on X. If you go to that, you have to create an account there first or log in to that, and then they will actually DM you. This was the fastest way to actually reach somebody, because I tried every avenue I could think of. I finally got a hold of somebody at Google. All they said was, oh, if you've been hacked, please report it to your local police station. That was not a solution for me. So bottom line is, that is the fastest, the best way to reach somebody, and it's through a Twitter account, okay? Now, while this was happening, my kids were again involved. Luckily, I'm fortunate to have, two great kids, Neil and Nikhil. Shout out to both of you for helping me through this channel. My son Neil knew somebody that actually worked at Google at one point, or knew of a friend, neighbor's dog's pet owner. I don't know what the hell it was. Bottom line was, they managed to get somebody else to look into the back end of this. They were out in California. Eventually, I did get my access back. My channel is up and running and everything is good with the world again. The next thing is, well, what can you do to prevent this from happening? Two-step authentication already set up to 2 unique phone numbers. The next thing you really need to do is set up a manager's account. You can have a separate email for yourself as a manager, and you can put a family member as a manager, somebody else as well. These are your backup people, and they can act on your behalf if you're unable to access your account, because they can actually still go in using the manager account and correspond to whomever, in this case Twitter, to ensure that everything was being taken care of as quickly as possible. The other little tip that I again learned the hard way is, everybody tells us don't use the same password for everything. We all tend to do it. Please don't do this. Make sure for your YouTube account and your Gmail associated with your YouTube account that you have a very unique password that is not the same as anywhere else that you may use. I hope you found this useful. I'll definitely put some links in my description as well. I hope you never have to undergo through something like this again. It is the most harrowing experience. It is not pleasant, and you really feel as though you've been violated, for lack of better words. So that being said, thank you for watching. Please take care, protect yourselves, and scams can happen to anybody. The worst part is, I think they're getting smarter and smarter, and in my case, it didn't seem as though they were AI bots doing this. It was actually legit humans with great ability to spell correctly and communicate well. So I think if it is a scam, if it is AI, they are getting certainly better, and we have to protect ourselves. So just keep that in mind. Again, thanks for watching.